So if you're waking up or looking at your app and you're figuring out what is going on with the overall crypto market, why is my stuff actually starting to look like it's in the green and maybe starting to wake up, then this video is for you. As always, appreciate you. Here we go. So the overall market cap actually just dipped below 2 trillion. We're at 1.99 and change, 5%. It's been as high, the overall market today has been as high as up 9%. We're backing off of that a little bit, kind of the daily ebb and flow, if you will. But the good news here is, guys, is that Bitcoin easily and has put $40,000 in its rearview mirror, easily passed and has put $40,000 in its rearview mirror. Ethereum has climbed up to 3063, so it's kind of right above that 3,000 mark. We want to see if it will hold that line. So what's going on in the overall market is that yesterday, yesterday here in the United States, we had a very bullish jobs report. Jobs were created, things of that nature. We've had some really good earnings report from companies like Amazon, things like that. So there seems to be this, okay, we're looking a little bit better, kind of an overall macro view, and it's bleeding over into crypto. You've got Bitcoin starting to wake up. I think Bitcoin, again, I did a video on this yesterday, was oversold. Bitcoin hodlers had continued to buy along the way in the 30,000 range, and the fact that Bitcoin was oversold, I think we're getting a bounce from that. And you've got market consensus seem to be rising in a positive sentiment, and I think frankly the bulls are kind of worn out with the bears being in charge, and there's money coming back into the market. You can see it, you can feel it. The question is going to be whether or not this sentiment, this overall mood remains the same and stays. Okay. Long-term indicators are, again, that Bitcoin will rise over, the next year, 2022, Ethereum as well. Bitcoin definitely getting back to its all-time highs in the 60s, thousands range. Ethereum passing 5,000, things of that nature. We'll see how that plays out. It should, everything indicator, because again, the overall crypto market will grow. It has too much momentum behind it, things of that nature, even with everything that's out there with crypto regulation in some form or fashion coming here in the United States. And all that. At the end of the day, there will always be a certain amount of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt around crypto because it is decentralized. It takes the power out of the establishment, takes it out of their hands. It scares the heck out of the banking institutions. It scares governments, frankly. And that's why you're seeing China and Russia trying to, quote, outlaw it because it's used for nefarious and bad things. When you hear those things, always take a step back and go, who is it that's delivering that message, right? And just look at what's going on, and you can usually kind of weed out what's really happening there. Okay, so again, back to kind of the overall market conditions. Everything's been rising. We're backing off a little bit in the overall conditions, but things are looking really, really good. So like in the last 24 hours, the biggest gainer is Gala. This is one that my buddy Zach recommended. Zach Humphreys, he creates content here. It's out of the top 100. It's the biggest gainer so far. Theta, Helium, Zcash kind of accordingly coming in. Sandbox getting a bump, but you can look at even in the last 7 days. Sandbox done really well in the last 7 days. So if you can look at kind of out of the top 100, Juno has jumped in at 87% gain in the last 7 days. Leo, Quant, Gala is looking good overall. We've already talked about them. Decentraland. So here's some of your, metaverse plays coming in. Decentraland, Sandbox, things of that nature. Looking good in that capacity. Okay, so you've got Bitcoin again doing its thing, Ethereum doing its thing. Cardano continuing to kind of just be there, but up about 8% in the last 7 days. Solana, I think, is still a good deal in my opinion at these price points, up 3.4%, 24% in the last 7 days. I think XRP is going to continue to have pressure on it. I mean, at the end of the day, XRP is going to continue to do its thing. I know some major XRP whales, but XRP is going to continue just to kind of tread water, if you will, until the whole SEC lawsuit thing, resolves itself one way or the other. Polkadot, one of my favorites, up 7% and 24 and 17%, looking really good. Dogecoin, a little bit of life in it, so to speak. Avalanche looking, good in the last 7 days. Shiba Inu has backed off of, it was at about 8 or 9% up today, but it's backed off of that a little bit, currently at 3.3, but again, gaining. And again, crypto, Crowcoin looking pretty good. The overall market consensus right here, right now, that's where we're at. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a real quick update what I'm seeing. So keep an eye on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We need to get Bitcoin above 40,000 and Ethereum above 3,000. Right now, Ethereum is in a little bit of a danger to drop below that $3,000 range. But really what you're looking at is this number right here. Keep an eye on that overall market movement, and if we need to stay in the green and continue to get back to higher highs and higher lows, get us back over $2 trillion market cap, and I think we will then start to see some positive momentum. But again, we've got things next week we have to digest as well in the overall market conditions, so we'll see how that all plays out. As always, I appreciate you. Have a good one. See you.